Hi, we are back with the FiiO Warmer R2R tube buffer deck, and today we're going to look at how the tubes are configured in the FiiO Warmer, also how to change the tubes. So what you have will be some torque screws on the sides, so you need to use a torque wrench or torque style screwdriver to remove them. At the back, there are four more normal Phillips head style screwdrivers. So once you've removed all the screws, just slide the top cover off. And here you see the four tubes. So let's look at the tube configuration first. Let's just call it tube 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, tube 1 manages the buffering for the left negative phase. Tube 2 handles the left positive phase. Tube 3, right negative phase. And tube 4, the right positive phase. So, if you are running an XLR connection, you need to utilize all four tubes because XLR requires the positive and the negative. But if you are only going to utilize the RCA output, you only need to swap tube 2 and tube 4 for tube rolling, which is the left positive and the right positive. There is no need for you to swap out the left negative and the right negative. So very clear. If you want to do any tube rolling for this unit, especially if you want to utilize some good NOS tubes, then I would say go with the RCA connection. So you only swap out left positive and right positive. Now, to remove the tubes is a bit tricky. What you should do is start, because there's this tube holder to keep the tubes in place, remove the tubes from 4, 3, 2, 1. And when you replace the tubes, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are the stock JJ tubes which come with the unit. Now the tip is a bit long, so there's a little bit here that catches onto the tip. So be very careful. Slide the clip off gently. As you can see, pull it back. Then you just slowly roll the tube. And off the tube comes. These are JJ tubes. Quite decent sounding tubes. Not much to complain about. And again, for you to replace the tubes, note there is a pattern here. There's a little gap. The gap faces down at 6 o'clock. Place the tube in. Put some. Now, this board is a bit flimsy. So whilst you are removing and replacing, try to give it some support. If not, it's not going to last. I wouldn't recommend this unit for tube rollers where you just keep on wanting to roll tubes in and out, in and out. It's going to really kill this board eventually. So again, notice the gap. It's at 6 o'clock. Gently roll it in. Push it with a rolling motion. Then replace the clip. Don't worry about breaking the tube. It's not going to. So we just got to slide it in. And then make sure the top of the clip clears the tip of the tube. Now what I've noticed is these JJ tubes are slightly longer, so the tip tends to catch with this little clip. Whereas all the other tubes which I have, be it the Gold Lion, the Telefunken, the Philips, they don't tend to be having any issue with this clip. It is only these JJ tubes which seem to have the problem. So that's how it's done. And happy tube rolling. And I will say there is a difference when you upgrade the tubes on this unit. So I might as well just tell it to you now. If you were to upgrade to something as simple as the Genelec Go Lion, there is an improvement over the stock tubes. You will have better sound. You can read all about it in the review, which I'll be writing later on. Now, these are approximately, I think, 300 ringgit each. So if you want to run XLR, that will set you back 1,200 ringgit for all 4 tubes. But if you're running RCA, well, it's only 600. But once you get into the nicer tubes, just like this Telefunken, this E88cc from Telefunken, these tubes aren't cheap. You probably pay about 1,000 a pair today to 1,200, but there is a vast difference. And even with this Philips E188cc tube, you get very good sound out of this warmer. It is not going to be a giant killer. I think that will be a lot of BS, but there is a large difference. So anyway, watch out for the review and you will know, what I hear when I tube roll this warmer. Okay then, thank you so much for your time.